Alright, so last episode we brought in Anton Stark to partner with Elanawi to bolster our midfield and make it more of a formidable midfield for the season. I also brought in Patrick Dorgu as a backup left back to Ronaldo this season. And after that, we took an Arsenal in a game where, well, you'll see we were just clinical. For the sake of being clinical, we battered them in this game. I won't tell you the scoreline, but I'll just tell you that it's definitely one that does not flatter Arsenal, the Arsenal squad, that you'll see how we scored some great goals in this game. With Philogene getting another score shoot there with that one. In the second half, Rick came on and scored a wonderful finesse shot from range. And after that, the goals just piled in, and it was just relentless from us in this game. Arsenal just didn't really turn up to this one, and Sterling made it 6-0 near to end the game. However, though, we clearly used a lot of goal scoring looking against Man City, because here against Man City, against Arsenal, as against Man City, we couldn't score, and the same against Newcastle as we picked up 2 0-0 draws back to back from both of these games. We had a lot of correction here, stopping them from scoring by heading it off the line there for us, and we had a chance there late on, which Grealish just about put us wide of the post, which would have won us the game. Unfortunately, couldn't do so. Let's get into today's episode. And to kick off today's episode, we're going to face Real Madrid in the Champions League league phase. One of the final games off the league phase. We're currently 6th in the table, literally 3 points off the top of the table. So if we win this game, we'll go second in the table, I believe, and maybe joint first in the table. I'm not sure about the points, so I think we go joint first or just second, if I'm not mistaken. Let's get into this one up against Real Madrid, which will be the hardest challenge of our season, of our series so far, and a big test for us whether or not we can go all the way in the Champions League this season and shock the world, but winning the Champions League on the first time around this season. Big sign for them. They got Rodriguez still in the wing. He could be on his way to Arsenal or Liverpool if he does end up leaving Real Madrid. But yeah, they're in the orange kit because I felt like the white and red stripes of the black shorts are going to contrast a bit too much. Not contrast with the obviously the white kits of Real Madrid. So I thought, you know what, let's play in the home kit. They can play in their away kit, and if Grealish didn't make that run into the box, if no reason, we would have passed it to him. Some more there through to Vinicius Junior, who's 1-on-1 with Ramsdale. Now Ramsdale, great save from him. Bruno Fernandes. Rodrigo, the Brazilian. So gets that through to Mbappe. Mbappe shoots, low driven near post. Ramsdale, comfortable save there to make though. Big team we're facing this series, like Man City, Liverpool, Man United, etc. We need to just play at them. We need to just go at them, take the game to them, and maybe get the goals when we get the chances. And Magnon is now on goal for them, okay. Oh, here's Elanawi. And then we can score. Elanawi, the Moroccan midfielder, goes through, and Magnon once again denies us. Vinicius going through. Vinicius leads off to Mbappe, and how has that one got in? That shot has literally been, got barely any power behind it, and it's pretty much gone straight at Ramsdale, and it's somehow found the back of the net. It's literally moved in the same direction the ball was going to go anyway before it even hit, before it even took the shot. Like, watch this. Watch where Ramsdale moves to. He's actually in between the ball and the net, and he somehow lets it go through his arms there. Daniel Malen. Grealish with a finesse shot trait, hits it. Grealish. Magnon saves it. The case in the situation here is Anton Stark, that we can hit them. Stark. That's going to be a penalty. How is that? Nah. How is that not a pen? I'm sorry. This is daylight robbery. Or I guess nighttime robbery, because it's literally nighttime when this game's going on. He does not. Does he get a touch of the ball? Are you kidding me? He gets the slightest touch of the ball, which means this is completely fine. I guess, you know, you got a little toenail to the ball, which means you're clattering through. Grealish is completely is completely fine. That makes so much sense. That is not within that pass. Oh, this game's trying to piss me off today, man. I've literally read that ball through Ramsdale. Thankfully comes out and collects it. Goal at Mbappe's score, which probably shouldn't have happened, to be honest, but, you know. Mbappe thankfully makes it, keeps it at 1-0 by missing there. Oh, Grealish, there we go. Grealish, you've got to score. And he has, and it's 1-1. We finally get a goal in this game. We deserve one. We deserve maybe 2 or 3, to be honest, with the chances we've had. We've had some very, very good opportunities that we probably should have scored, but Magnon's made the saves to keep us behind at this point, but thankfully A great through ball there into Grealish, and a great finish by him. Puts us back level. I'll take a draw against Real Madrid, but judging by this game, which I've obviously seen the whole of it, you guys have seen highlights of it, but judging by this whole game, I think we have been the better team. We've had more possession, we've had more control of the game. He just got on counters with Vinicius and Mbappe and managed to get a goal from it. That should be us to win. Apparently not, and thankfully Ramsdale makes a save. Can this ball go any further than to Lanawi? I'm trying to get that out to start that whole time. There we go. Lanawi, good turn there by him. Out wide to Adingra. Can find Grealish here. And Grealish can send for Donjo Malen, the Dutchman. Can he make it 2-1? And Malen does so. It's taken us, well, it took us around an hour to get our first goal, but it took us about 8 minutes to get the second. And we go 2-1 up at the Bernabeu. And I will say this is fair. This scoreline is fair. It is what the game's been. We've been the better team. We've taken the game to them. We've held possession. We've had more chances, more clear-cut chances as well. Yes, they had that one in the first half with, I think it was Vinicius who Ramsdale denied. They probably should have scored that one, but their goal they did score, Ramsdale should have saved that one. And we've had clear-cut opportunities that we just haven't put away. But thankfully, in the second half here, we managed to find our goal-scoring form and make it 2-1. But we need to stop them from scoring from kick-off. Ball into Mbappe to Vinicius. Vinicius. Oh no, that's going to be a goal. Rodrigo blocked by Basile, thankfully. I'm not liking this, so I feel like they're going to score. Bellingham to Mbappe. Back to Bellingham. Thankfully blocked by Soleil again and Ramsdale. Great defending from him. He's had nothing to do with the game. That's this first bit of defending he's done. It's probably the most important bit of defending we've had to stop them getting forward and give us a ball hit in the final few moments of the game. Adingra. Ball in. Philogene. Can't win the header. Upa McConnell heads it away. And that's going to be the end of the game. Not to mention as well, we should have had that penalty earlier in the game as well that the referee didn't give on Stark when Rudiger took him down in the box. But we get the 3 points in the end and a big victory over Real Madrid away at the Bernabeu as well, which is great to see. And yeah, they had more shots, but they were shooting from range. Like, if I go into the stats, like the actual shooting stats, you'll see what I mean by we've had more clear-cut chances. You had 7 shots, 6 of them on target. 5 of them were inside the box. 8 of theirs were inside the box, but they had literally only 4 on target. 3 of them were off target, and 3 were blocked, as you can see. And outside the box, they had 2 shots. We had 2 shots as well. So overall, they had more shots at the far side with, pretty much, kind of similar shots actually in a way, but at the same time, we had more shots on target. We had more clear-cut chances in the actual positions they were in. And we managed to get a big victory over them to start the episode off with, which we'd love to see. And away from home against Brentford, we get a 3-0 victory with Soleil getting a goal, Grealish scoring, and also Jaden Philogene getting a goal for himself in this one. And away from home against Man United, we get a 2-1 victory with Adingra and also Soleil getting goals in this one to see us get the 3 points away from home at Old Trafford. And our next game is going to be against 4th place Liverpool, the team that have always been a decent challenge for us in this series. I believe they knocked us out the FA Cup last season, as we know. So we're trying to get a bit of revenge here for them knocking us out the FA Cup and beat them. I believe we did beat them in the league last season, if I'm not mistaken. I think we did beat them at one point. I think we drew to them as well. I'm not too sure though. But let's get into this one and hopefully beat Liverpool here and get some revenge for them knocking us out of the FA Cup, like I mentioned they did last season. But try get Grealish to get the ball short here. Grealish has room to finesse it here. Grealish, why did he hit that on his right foot? David, who's that tracked all the way back and played? Thankfully he messed it up. Jonathan David. Good defending there from Kreshmer. And why did Soleil leave that? Oh, it's a goal kick, that's why. Okay, good. So, I was going to say it's a lovely pass, but Kirkes gets enough on it to block it. We get the ball back here. Here is Philogene. Back here to Donjo Malen. It hits it. Donjo Malen makes it 1-0. It's been not a frustrating game, but it's been a hard game to break them down in. They have everyone just in that, on the edge of the box. They usually have like 3 or 4 players there just marking you, but here we found a bit of space with Donjo Malen and made them pay for it. And Malen with a great finish with Mohamed Asfili in goal. puts us 1-0 up against Liverpool. Goes Verts inside to Jonathan David. Straight from kick-off in the second half. Jonathan David is denied by Ramsdale. Why don't we fume there? Kirkes making a run forward. Good defender from Crashmore once again, though. And we've got opportunity here to get down the wing with Adingra because Kirkes isn't there. Grealish dodges the challenge. Grealish holds him off as well. And play it back up wide here to Adingra. He's got Malen. Oh, that cross. That just... Lovely play here, Grealish. Jennifer Philogene and Malen linking up like they did at the start of the season. Philogene cuts inside, gets a shot away. Mamada Shrilly with a great save though. Adingra. Back to Philogene. Anton Stark flicks it up. He hits Anton Stark. That was destined for the back of the net, but Mamadashvili stopped him to Diaz. Diaz shoots Ramsdale. With a fantastic save there. Love that from him. Can play it up into Calvert-Lewin here. It's actually Chris Rigg. Can now find Sterling again. I'm surprised he had the ball there. I just couldn't get the shot away in that position. Thankfully that's had a clear, but only as far as Rice with Adingra. Somehow we didn't get the ball. There's a shot hit, blocked. I don't know what's going on here. Thankfully we get the ball in the end. Let's just send it. Now to Sterling. Good first touch there from him. Rigg. Calvert-Lewin. Oh, Nat Phillips as well. I don't think Nat Phillips has done anything in this game at centre-back, but it's a 1-0 victory over Liverpool. We take it. It was it tried at the end there to take it away from me, but we got a victory. And as you'll see by the stats here in a second, and as you saw by the gameplay, we deserve it. They had more. Can't even speak. They had the same amount of shots as in the end, but that was literally in the final 20 minutes of the game. They started shooting more. At half-time, they had 2 shots. So that goes to show you how the second half went. But we get the victory nonetheless. And another big 3 points for us to go. Maybe top of the table now, because Chelsea, they might have dropped points. Hopefully, we might be top of the table once again. And in the Champions League, it's a 0-0 draw against Dinamo Zagreb. A second team unable to get a point, or not a point, get the win against them. There's a point apiece between us and Dinamo Zagreb. And for the final game of today's episode, we're taking on Chelsea, who are currently top of the table, 2 points clear of us. So if we beat them here, we will take the top spot back from them. We were top of the table at one point last season, but we ended up not winning the title. And the final game of the season, unfortunately for us, we're looking to go one step further this season. Not only win the Premier League, but also win the FA Cup, win the Carabao Cup again, and also win the Champions League for a historic quadruple in our second season here in the Prem with Sunderland. Let's get into this 1-0 up against Chelsea here and hopefully get a big victory to end the episode off and go top of the table as mentioned before. Okay, just run past them. Jackson. Okay, thankfully that deflection went for us there. That was a very almost frustrating moment. As how, you're joking, right? I think he was making that run there, by the way. I pressed L1 for him to continue that run and he stopped dead. But thankfully he got the ball anyway. There's Grealish to Adingra. That pass into Malen. And Malen, I can turn, hit it, blocked by Adore Bioyo. I'll say the same about us, considering, our team's where it is. But Ramsdale, great save. Very good centre-back eye roll. Kind of like just a dependable centre-back for the teams he's played for. There goes Jackson. And that's a shot there by Palmer straight at Ramsdale, thankfully for us. And we get Zedek on Palmer to Rafinha. Good defending by Hume. And Rafinha gets it back for him because the pass has never happened that I told it to do. We could concede because of it. And we have done. I thought I moved there to make Jackson offside, but unfortunately he's onside and the Senegalese forward makes it 1-0. And it only happened because, I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, but when the ball was with Hume, I literally, the second he got the ball, told him to play a pass, and it took him about 8 years to even think about doing it. And Ramsdale was agonisingly closer to saving that. And we go 1-0 down in this game. And we have to be fair, we went 1-0 down against Real Madrid and we managed to bring it back and win 2-1 in the end. So hopefully, we can do the same here. Okay, it's just similar to the Liverpool game. Philogene, why not? Philogene, oh, that was so close. It gets through, they didn't even need to use it, but it would have taken into effect. It's Grealish now. Should have had a shot from him straight at Petrovic. He scored. Wouldn't have happened if the game just reacted to when I played the pass. It's on Malen. Trying to find a way through here, but it's been marshalled by Enzo Fernandez. Malen does well. Malen, Adingra to finish it, and he has done. Philogene with a pass and Adingra with a finish. That was great patient play there. That's what we've been doing that all game, just trying to break them down. We've had opportunities, but we haven't scored. Obviously, considering we're losing 1-0, but we score here. And could we do the same like we did against Real Madrid and come from 1-0 behind to win this game? If we do so, that would be incredible. Adingra with a great finish shot against Chelsea. As Malen as well to find Philogene, who's got the space, plays it across, Adingra into the box, puts it in the back of the net, and puts us level here. Jackson hurt. Thank you, Ramsdale, because if I would have considered the kick-off goal, it wouldn't have surprised me, to be honest, but it would have been not great. It's Malen. I have Romagnoli, man. How is that? No. Let me switch player. Thank you, Crushman, for trying to actually somehow blocking that. Go on, make the run. Don't go on anymore to make the run as well. There we go. Malen, not that for you. Malen, can you find the finish? And Malen does find the finish, composed. Calm, cool, and calculated there. Was Daniel Malen, the Dutchman, who's had an insane season for us. He might be the talent thumbnail, because he's been unbelievable for us since moving from Aston Villa to us and played striker. He's scored so many goals so far this season. He does well there. I was going to take the shot first time after cutting inside, but I thought, you know what, let's take it more central and be more composed with the finish, and thankfully that paid off. Great defending. Thank you, ref. I thought he was going to give a pen there for a second when he moved his arm. You can tell we've got our confidence back in this team, because we're playing some incredible football at Adingra. Malen, one more. Philogene, there we go. After those 2-0 draws against Man City and Newcastle, we look back to our best in this episode. That was a great goal, by the way. That passing was incredible. I just want to give myself, a pat on the back for that one. This here was a decision that could have gone wrong, but it worked out. And thankfully, Philogene puts it in the back of the net, makes it 3-1 here. Gets us 2 goals clear of this game. And Petrovic maybe should do better there. If I'm on the other end of that goal, I would be a little bit annoyed with my keeper, but it's a good finish by Philogene. It's a good goal nonetheless. I mean, I have 2 goals as a cushion. We're going from 1-0 behind to lead 3-1. It's a ball into the box. Krejmer can't get to it. Thankfully, Ramsdale makes a save. I'll do that from Elanawi. Oh, so it's a quick 1-2 there, but they're going to get one more opportunity to score. Jackson. That's a great finisher by Rafinha, fair play. Thankfully, we got another goal in this game, because otherwise it would have been bad for us. But there we go. The game should be done. It's a 3-2 victory. We came from 1-0 down to win 3-2. It was a good game from Chelsea. We deserved a victory in my opinion, but of course I'm going to say that I want to win games. But they had more shots, but simply again, what I will always say, like I've been saying, is the shot selection's the issue for why I believe we deserved the victory, basically, because when you look into the shots like I mentioned before, as you can see, we had 6 shots, 4 on target. They had 6 on target. Inside the box, they had 6. We had 4. They had 5 outside the box, and 2 of them were off target. 3 were blocked. Just our shot selection and our shot, our clarity, is what wins us games. Because we don't need a million chances to score goals. We need 3 or 4 clear-cut chances, and if we're in our form that we are right now, we win games. That's what you're seeing in this episode. And as you can see, to end today's episode, we're currently at the top of the table, undefeated still with 38 points. Man City are joint top with us with 38 points. And so obviously, Man City beat us to the title last season on the final day. And Chelsea, the team we just beat, were top before we beat them, which is why we're now top of the table as well. But next episode, we'd look to knock Man City out of the Carabao Cup like we did last time around. But no, this time we faced them in the quarterfinals. We faced them in the final of this competition last season, and we beat them. at Wembley to win it. So hopefully this season we can do the exact same and pick up a second consecutive Carabao Cup next episode, and also go further in the Champions League, as we're currently sitting in a good position. We're 5th, as you can see. So we're pretty much guaranteed to go through in a good position. If we do just draw the rest of our games, we're safe and we don't have to go through the playoff round, which I would love to happen and would be incredible for us. You can see 5th in the table, undefeated still, similar to Milan, and also Bayern, who are in the top 2. So we're pretty close to them performance-wise. But as you'll see by the stats, I want to show you just how good Daniel Malen has been for his 20 games, 14 goals and 6 assists, 20 goal contributions. Adingra, 15 goal contributions. Philogene, 13 goal contributions. And Grealish, obviously, with 11. Our players have been doing incredible, and Edenhower from midfield has been doing great as well. And overall, we've just been a great team this season once again. We've just improved on what we had last season and just gone a step further in our clinicality. Obviously, last season with Calvert-Lewin up front, he finished 2nd in the Prem, won a Carabao Cup. But this season, with Daniel Malen and Grealish in those positions, and Stark in midfield as well, Soleil at the centre-back as well, improving on what we had last season, we should be able to go further and win more than one trophy this season. I'm hoping to win the Premier League and also the FA Cup and Carabao Cup. The Champions League, if I manage to win it, would be incredible, but it might be a step too far. We did beat Real Madrid, yes, but we yet to play the likes of Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Milan. You know, other teams like that are going to be tough for us to beat in that competition, but we could do it. You never know. It would be insane if we do so, but that's going to call it for the end of today's episode. If you're going to enjoy it, drop a like and subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers, all help getting there is greatly appreciated. Check out the Ultimate Team pack openings I've been doing on the channel recently for footies. Been doing a couple of those. There might be another one out either before I post this video or after I post this video. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do yet, but it might be after this one. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think there'll be an episode or a pack opening video out tomorrow for you guys to watch. It's going to be like footies pack opening, the grind, and just see what insane pulls we can get from the packs that are available for us right now. But that's going to quote for this one. Thank you for watching. Drop a like and subscribe, and goodbye.